I'm chill, dude. See my cord for my headphone? Okay. Let me charge my headset.
I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans will need to be on top of their game if they want to come away with win number 9 on the season. It's the Raiders going up against the Titans. With that, let's hand things over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 14 matchup.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Oakland Raiders and the Tennessee Titans.
Come on, baby.
Let's take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is incomplete. And this offensive unit should have a lot of juice coming off the big output that they had 1 week ago.
Nothing like confidence, is there? When you've played well the week before, you can't wait to get back on the field and do it again.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
What's he doing, baby?
Time to meet the defensive starters for the Oakland Raiders, and you want to discuss one of their safeties.
I certainly do. Carl Joseph out of West Virginia. Always did a great job policing the middle of the field. A big hitter, knocked the ball away. But really added to his game as last year as a Mountaineer. Became a better cover guy and a better ball hawk before he got injured. They're really going to love him in Oakland.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And a nice play. This is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about in pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll go on the ground. And he's brought down. Coach hinted to us, so we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week, and boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
Oh, my God, he lost me.
Touchdown, Raiders.
He lost my rookie.
Wide receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have
81.
taken the early lead.
Damn, he lost me.
And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field? And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They come up in an offset eye. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And now Oakland
Game plan on defense.
And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. And he's free.
Come on!
It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland.
Strong power, man.
Great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
It's called Microsoft Lens.
On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play,
Man. Yellow, orange,
his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Little motion now from the tight end. The play clock's running down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the ball comes around on the hit, but they'll say
Damn, my quarterback, damn. God damn.
Complete pass. We'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff
Shit,
works
bro.
on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Oh.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. He can run for it, and he will. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk-reward call. If it works, he walks in. But otherwise, you're bringing up a really tough 4th down situation.
Yo, come on.
This is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's the Raiders punt now. As he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon.
All over again because
so
of a
much
fucking
about this game is just
midfielder.
understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Back to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. The play action fake. And he's going to go down.
Whoa, what a play.
It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down.
What a play.
Well, Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
I can't remember that.
Following the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal.
Like, we was out there for what? A year or 2? 2 years?
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right.
Y'all niggas moving funny out here, man.
Sack back at the 16-yard line.
God.
The Gallons, they get him down for a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and goal.
They wrecking for him, man. Calm down.
Team now for the second time here today. And Santos
Make this one, but I missed the other. Son of a
and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunate for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you until the next time you take the field.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Manziel. Wide open receiver complete. 18 yards on the pickup there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Here's Manziel. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Tennessee after this. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Manziel. He's going to launch this thing.
Give me that.
Field. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big
That's my teammate. That's my cornerback.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, They don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 6 yards on the and it'll be 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. He'll look to throw.
Oh my God, throw the ball.
They got him for a sack.
Had this nigga, man.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield. And they'll say actually right at midfield. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Fucking game is long. Fucking taking forever, bro.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. With halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got time. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He's dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right.
Man, come on. I don't need that gay shit. Y'all niggas need to get to the fucking ball. That was a terrible fucking throw. I need you to pay for that shit.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. Contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now.
Wacky ass fucking move and throwing the ball.
35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
Yeah.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Titans offense now getting ready to do battle again here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him before and thought that he could help this team.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Again, he'll drop to throw. Surveying the field. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just toweling it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
53-yard kick in this weather.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
Money!
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Oh, hold on. My fault, homie. Had to kill a spider. You good? That joint just crawled in here? I'm bueno, man. I have to put some of that color down and shit.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
All right, here we go. Green.
Manziel. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit. A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Manziel. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42.
Good tackle.
9-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Titan football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Here we go now. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
What the fuck? Come on, no fucking audible. Come on, man.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this from deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Nowhere to escape, and he
Man,
goes
this
down.
is ridiculous. This dude is a fucking football.
And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Yeah,
moving exactly the way they want
football.
to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And the back goes into motion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finding time. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Manziel. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And an alley to run. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled. So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon. And I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep. And that's going to be...
Yo, you burned my corner twice.
Their big-bodied receiver.
Oh,
his
man.
6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Why is this game taking time?
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. One receiver left, two to the right. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Let's go. Good. A first down carry for Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a third.
Age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go now. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard. All right, here we go. Detroit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Halfback sent in motion. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Buying time to his left. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Good pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They gotta have 6 here. It's third and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll set up a throw. Rolling to his right.
Come across the field, my nigga. He was across the field. Oh, shit.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Now Manziel. Oh, he stays up. He's got time
Come
to
here.
block it. And no way to get loose that time as Manziel goes down. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Over. Back down in that Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patrick. Gone.
Manziel. He's got time. Looking deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out come the Titans now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Let's go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he powers his way up past the 30. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Over. All right, here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver.
3-19. 57 to fight. 57 to fight. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, what's the ball? Here we go now. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The Tide Bulls tried it, went for it, but it didn't pay off. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Here's Manziel. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Damn.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. In the red zone this time. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for him. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it's good enough for a Tennessee first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And the Raiders have got him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. And they're going to go empty here on 4th down. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They come out here in the eye, and they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays, even when the other guy's having success against you.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
This is one of those plays where everything went right except the finish. Got out of trouble, found a receiver downfield, but it fell incomplete.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.